You may be familiar with the sentiment of hopefully we grow old, but we don't always have to grow up. And when we do, it can be a little bit of a struggle. But a play that explores those themes and more is For Peter Pan on Her 70th Birthday. And joining me are some members of the Possum Point Players. Les Ferguson and Gina Shuck are on the CoastLife couch with us. Thank you guys for coming in.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so let's dive into the show For Peter Pan on Her 70th Birthday. What is this kind of about? What can audiences expect?
Well, the one thing they shouldn't expect is that it's not a children's show, even though it says Peter Pan. It's really a show that actually has a whole cast of seniors, because it's about people who are aging and who are grieving, who are talking amongst each other about what it means to grow up. So this is a show that's it's a drama, but it's a comedy.
Sure.
It's a ghost story.
Yes.
And it's a fantasy.
Nice. I mean, life can be all those things, can it not?
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Now, Gina, from what I understand, you've played Peter Pan before in the past. Is that correct?
Well, not quite. I actually, at the age of 9, played a kangaroo. I got involved. My mother took me to an audition in Montgomery, Alabama, and to a children's theater, and I got the part of the mother kangaroo, which is a reflection of the my large skeletal frame at the time. Anyway, I just got hooked on theater.
Yes. And you are playing a few characters in this show, right?
That's right. Well, actually, 2 in 1.
2 in 1.
I play Anne/Peter Pan.
Gotcha. So I guess, how does the show sort of maybe reflect the lives? I think it's interesting that it's a mostly senior cast, correct?
Yes.
So how would maybe your own life experience of growing up play into the characters that you're playing in the show?
Oh, it plays into it very heavily. It's very easy to relate to all of the scenes we find ourselves in. You know, in your 60s, you've gone through a lot of these experiences before, so you have a lot to draw on, and there's a lot of feeling associated with it. My siblings are all grown up. My relationship with them is quite similar to mine on stage, and so it's been very easy to relate and to interact. I have a wonderful cast that Les put together for this play, and I think we've bonded quite well as siblings. We certainly fight quite well as siblings.
Now, Les, you're from New York originally, right?
Yes.
And so, I mean, that's sort of the home of live theater in a certain sense.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't the city, so
Sure.
it was up in the Hudson Valley, and I was fortunate enough when we moved down here to hook up with Possum Point Players, and they've given me the opportunity to direct a couple of shows. This is my 3rd show with Possum Point, and actually my cast that I have in this, they're really some of the best actors that you will find around here, and I've worked with 4 of them before out of the 6 in other shows, and I would work with them again in a second anytime, because they're so professional, and so we're really excited about having the audiences see these folks do it in a very different type of interesting show, and that's one of the things that Possums has been trying to do recently, which is to come and do interesting types of shows that you don't see every day. Sarah Rule wrote this play for her mother on her 70th birthday, and that's who actually played Peter Pan. Her mom played Peter Pan when she was a kid, and actually got to meet Mary Martin at one point,
very cool.
and she wrote this all into the play where Mary Martin signed her program and things like that. This was a gift that Sarah Rule wrote for her mother because she was getting older, and she was facing all those things, and the father had died, people had died in the family. The show starts with a scene of people in the hospital with the father dying, then it transitions in the 2nd act to a traditional at-home Irish wake with Jameson and arguments and all kinds of things, and then it transitions finally into Neverland, where it becomes a fantasy, a place where you never grow up and you don't have to die, but in your imagination only.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I imagine you mentioned this is a drama and a comedy, but I am sure there are plenty of heartbreaking moments involved as well.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if we do our job right.
Yeah, well, I'm
Exactly,
sure you will.
but it's still actually hysterical. So, and we have Hook and we have Tinkerbell.
Yeah, well, I mean, comedy and tragedy mirror one another. They live in the same space a lot of the time.
Yeah, we even
correct.
drag a dog in. So.
As you can see, there's a lot to cover in the show. So when can people come see it?
Well, it opens this coming Friday, June 7th, and so it's the 7th, 8th, and 9th. 7th and 8th, Friday, Saturday, 7:30. The matinee is on Sunday, and then the following weekend again, 14, 15, 16, same thing, 7:30 and 2 o'clock. So we have 2 weekends, and we're very excited to have our audience check this one out.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. This sounds like it's going to be a really great show.
Yeah, and you can get tickets www.possumpointplayers.org, and we're up on Facebook, and there'll be some previews coming up and things like that people can see. So we hope they all come out, because you wouldn't want to miss this show.
Yes, it sounds like it really is going to be a great one, and you definitely don't want to miss it. But you don't want to miss more Coast Life. That's what's coming your way.